Good morning, everyone, and thank you for starting your day off with me. I'm Jenna Stauffer. Now, on yesterday's show, we started things off by talking about change with certified corporate wellness coach Heidi Golightly. She specifically talked with us about changes you can make in your diet for a healthier life. Now, change is a great thing, but with any change comes stress. I know stress is an overused word, but it is your mind and your body's response to change. It's important to deal with it effectively because over time you can develop mental and physical illnesses from it. We're going to discuss all of this further this morning with licensed mental health counselor Bev Allen. Bev, thank you for being back with me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Bev, the last time we spoke, we talked about change, and you kind of talked about the impact that it has on your body. I briefly mentioned that in the introduction, but can you give our viewers another summary of what it does to the body?
Well, again, anytime we have change, we will experience a stress response. And so we need to recognize the changes going on and what we're doing to really cope with those changes, even on a daily basis. And we can't eliminate stress from our lives. I mean, as I said when I was here before, we need some degree of stress to really function well. In fact, we function better with a little stress. But you want to look at, all right, what's going on for me? What are the changes? And what can I do about it? I think the element of having control over our lives is so important. And if we don't attend to the changes and we let the stressors build, we feel overwhelmed. And then we feel powerless. And so when I work with patients, the first thing I encourage them to do is, first of all, identify the stressors. And then look at what can I do about it? Because we always have control in every situation. We tend to look at the areas we don't have control over. And you want to do just the opposite. What can I do about it? And there are several things that you can do about lowering stress. It's a mind, body, and spirit approach. What am I doing with my thoughts? Because our thoughts really affect how we feel and then what we do. And I had mentioned earlier some of the thought patterns that we use that can be very overwhelming is when we build things out of proportion. We catastrophize. We should ourselves a lot. And instead of should, I need to. Instead of catastrophizing, I don't like what's going on, now what can I do about it? It's the perception of the change that makes the difference. We can either perceive this is terrible, it's awful, it's overwhelming, and of course we're going to be more stressed, or I can handle this. This is what I need to do. So really thinking about your thought patterns. Also your body, and I'm glad that you had some information about nutrition, because eating well really affects our mood and affects our ability to have more energy and to fight stress, as well as exercise. And I don't even use that word anymore. Patients hate that word.
They hate
I say,
exercise?
they say, don't ask me to exercise. I say, okay, physical activity.
That's better.
Try to do something physical every day that really causes a little bit of a sweat. After about 20 minutes, you'll start to feel calmer, and that's because the endorphins are getting released in your brain that naturally calm you down. So some degree of physical activity is so important. And spiritually, that's where getting involved in yoga, getting a massage, those are all mind, body, spirit interactions that help to lower our stress. So you want to look at stress management from a mind, body, spirit approach.
And the images that we have behind us, you know, we have right there, okay,
Yes.
we have someone doing yoga right now.
Yes.
We had some more massaging photos, and that's relaxing. That's not exercise. That's, you know, that's pleasure, right?
It is, but what it's also doing therapeutically is releasing emotions from your body. And that is the key to stress management as well, is I release the emotions from my body, either through my thoughts, through my communication, through my exercise. Meditation is another wonderful spiritual way to let go of stress.
Okay. Well, if more people want information on stress, they can call Bev. Bev, will you tell them that number? I know it's on the screen right now.
305 396-7746. My private practice is in Old Town Key West, 524 Eaton Street. Love to hear from you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pat, for sharing all of this with us this morning.
Thanks again for having me.
We have to take a quick break right now, but I'll be right back after these messages.